every Sunday
for 60 minutes.
We are free,
Sharing passion.
pushing
We
the
are
limits.
pushing the limits.
This is the New World Sim Racing GT3 Sprint Series.
Round 5. Snetterton. Each and every driver has mentally prepared themselves to challenge, to fight, to rise above their rivals and make a name for themselves on track. 10 rounds of action-packed racing await us all in the New World Sim Racing GT3 Sprint Series. Drivers, start your engines.
Hello, everybody.
Good evening.
Good evening,
Hello.
good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. Welcome
Hello
to
there.
Hello there. Welcome to round 5 at the one and only Snetterton, everybody's
Round
favorite track.
5. We're halfway through after this, are we? It's
We
10
are.
rounds, I believe.
Yeah, we are halfway through the season. Can you guys believe it?
Yeah, so in the intro, I know you were all waiting for some sort of phallic-based comment.
I'm disappointed.
You're disappointed?
Yeah. I'm not mad.
It's fine, because I'm sure there'll be plenty of that as this stream unfolds.
I don't. We're already started.
I mean, look, you guys think it's shaped like that. I think it's shaped like a keyhole. Like you put your key in it, and unlock the door.
Yeah, I guess somewhat.
That's the most like British way of looking at it ever.
That is, yeah. Well, I do see the Squidward comparison.
The top of, I will admit, the north of the track, as you look at the track map, looks a lot like Tiago, a bell end, if you will.
Oh my God, is Tiago even here? He's not
Yeah,
here
he's,
to defend
he's in the
himself.
chat.
Is he?
He's in the chat.
Oh, of course he is. Tiago, you're supposed to be on track.
I feel like David Funk's opinions are a little biased, saying that Code is better than Snetterton because the Funky Town reigns supreme at Code.
The Funky Town has been pretty good. I just gotta say, man, every single time you see that livery, it's awesome. Oh, and we're on board with Miller, who's mowing some grass. I guess the park needs it.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to see how Carson Bungay does today in the Ferrari 296. He had a fantastic race at Paul Ricard last week, and yeah, my money might be on him for the bronze split.
For the bronze split, yes. Why not? Yeah. So what do we have? We have 6 bronze, 6 gold. 6 bronze, 6 gold, and a handful of silvers today.
Tiago, he's sponsored by Manscaped.
Do we? Maybe since this is the first time anybody in the world drives on Coda, Should we? Sorry, Coda. What am I
Coda.
talking about?
Hello?
There.
Oh my
No,
god!
it's not just names.
Now he's getting the track wrong.
Oh god.
It's not just the names. Well, on Snetterton.
All I know is a lot of people aren't driving today because they're afraid of getting the shaft.
And
Well,
Ryan's very disappointed.
Speaking of the shaft, let's introduce it. We do have a track map for it.
Yeah.
Would you like to go ahead and present your? I would say Milo's probably the best person to go through it.
Sure. I can. I have a track map myself. But yeah, turn 1. So you come down the Senna Straight, obviously named after a Brazilian hero of Tiago's, into turn 1, which is Rich's. Turn 2 is Montreal. No idea why. Hairpin. 3 doesn't have a name, according to this. I'll let you know it's actually called
on the
Palmer.
side.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
there it
it's
is. It's Palmer. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
I'm wrong. Into Agostini at turn 4. Turn 5 is Hamilton. Turn 6, Oggies. Oggies. What a great name. Turn 7 is Williams. Down the Bentley Straight into Brundle Corner. Turn 8. Turn 9 is Nelson. Turn 10 is Bomb Hole. That's Bomb Hole.
Right at the tip. You love it.
Yeah. Right around to turn 11, which is Coram. And then into 12, which is Murray's, that delightful left-hander that could be quite awkward, especially in traffic. Yes. Now, Bomb Hole, obviously, when you say it quickly, it can sometimes sound like you're saying bum hole. And with that in mind, I did some research, and I want you to know, contrary to popular belief, because the circuit is built on an old RAF airbase. A bomb never fell on the site. It wasn't a place where they kept bombs, yada, yada, yada. Rumor is there's a dip in that corner, which motorbike riders in particular found it difficult to master, and they began describing it as a bum hole of a corner. Okay? I don't know if this is true. They called it a bum hole of a corner, but the nickname was deemed unsuitable for broadcast. Therefore, the circuit owners modified it to the bomb hole, paying tribute also to its dip in the track.
Which is about the same thing, to be honest.
Yeah,
Right at the tip. Mm-hmm.
You know, they were smart about it, because if they do a bomb hole, and then with the British accent, it sounds like bum hole, so it works out.
It's just when you say it quick, like as he goes around the outside of bumhole. You see what I mean?
I'm just not going to say anything. I'm just going to enjoy you talking about bumholes today. Qualifying underway with the bronze class, 3 minutes left in this.
The poor bronze drivers don't get any coverage whilst we're talking about this.
Well, it honestly, like, even looking at the other corner names, like, a lot of them just looks like somebody just picked out names, brands, and people from just a you know, one of those jars where a bunch of people just threw a card each, you know? Like, okay, what are we gonna call it? Corner 1. What was it?
Riches was the first one.
Riches. The second one is Montreal. Okay, we got a Hamilton. We got a Bumhole.
Palmer.
Yeah.
Agostini. Yeah, Nelson, Brundle, Murray's.
Yeah, I just gotta shout out. So I did notice. Thank you for the follow by Bluff. We got Joby with a tier 1 sub. Welcome to the channel. Oh, I'm Orange. Yes, we did say Bombhole. Barrett with a sub, 5 months, and Ryan with the, Joby with a gifted sub to Ryan. Thank you
It's
very much.
of Joby's way of thanking us to bullying him out of the Bonda.
Yes, Joby joining in the Porsche tonight, much to a lot of people's excitement.
Yeah. Yes, so I was just about to switch to Chris, who was a second up on his lap time.
Very nice.
Very nice. Yeah.
Kudos to Chris for driving today.
Oh,
Yeah, let's get a word from his local sponsor.
You don't have to be lonely at farmersonly.com.
City just don't get it.
Nice.
But yeah, Chris, Mad Lad driving today after bringing it home last night.
It shouldn't
be this
hard.
Poor Chris just wanted to finish the race cleanly. We decided to start riots within the lobby.
I don't know what you're talking
Chris
about.
to fear for his life.
There was no salt and there was no weirdness going on.
As the silvers prep to go out, Ricky Simile leading the charge for the bronze with a 47.2, and I'm pretty sure it's a decent lap.
47.2. As far as I'm aware, that's supposed to be extremely fast.
Yeah.
At least from what I saw in the chat earlier.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, a lot of people haven't done a ton of laps here, so it's harder to get up to that pace for everybody. No, you'll never find a public lobby as Snetterton. You know what I mean? Like you really got to go looking for it or practice it yourself.
Yep. And I think Chris here is probably the smartest. He has tried a practice pit stop. That's something that just looking at the way it enters, it might be a bit.
Funk saying that's about a second off what he would do in gold, which a gap of 1 second between gold and bronze would be smaller than pretty much any other racetrack that we do.
Yes.
So if that is the case, that will be very, very interesting.
Yep, definitely with you there.
So it looks like I think Chris has decided that. Oh, I guess he didn't get around to that.
Oh, also
We
thank
are
you,
on the
Tiago.
last laps.
Yes.
I drove this track a ton on Project Cars 1, I think. But since then, I wouldn't say I've avoided it. I just, like I say, there's hardly ever any races there.
I was just looking at Ryan Wampler's lap time. The delta was 7/10, and he's dropped 3 on the way to this final straight. He does move up.
And blame that 1 second gap is the gap between the green flag and UDC.
And he does move up to third in class, and that looks like it's going to be it for the bronze drivers. So
Yep. I would hope Carson is about to test the pit entrance, knowing that it's a red lap time. He decides to carry on, so that is going to be it for the bronze class. A final entrance there. Let's see who is up next. Our first driver in silver is going to be Jack Thompson. On the first valid hot lap. Joby coming out the pits right behind there. I don't know if that was tight, but yeah. So first lap. So now everybody's on their first flying hot lap. That shaft is looking pretty packed right now. Ricky Smile. Some pace. Yes, I do agree with that. Also, thank you very much, Tiago, for the gifted sub, and Joby for the tiered biddies. You guys are feeling generous today. Love it. Gonna get more sets of wheels.
interested to see how Joseph German does this week. He's been pretty good in qualifying the last couple of rounds. I don't think the races have gone quite as well as he would have hoped, but yeah, he's certainly been putting in the quali work.
Yeah, do you see his? I have a feeling that little lagging that he's had last time is still the case. This car is kind of wiggling around just a little bit. Not as bad as last week, but it's still there.
Interesting. I don't think I see that on my end. Weirdly.
Is it just me?
I mean, I don't know.
Oh, thank you very much, Carson.
But I can tell you that he's not... Yeah, I don't see any issues with his car. I didn't last week either, so...
Well, it wasn't permanent. It was just, like, frequent. Ooh, it looks like he's not really having a great time there with Bomb Hole. Jack Thompson did not manage to get a valid lap in. Michael Lukey is the first of the silvers to place one in, and that's 5/10 off of Rick Simile.
Yeah, So really interesting, as you say, just, you know, the only laps people would have done here would have probably been this week. And
Yeah.
I was feeling sorry for them, although I was busy doing Le Mans stuff, so.
Also, hello, Racer.
What?
Racer X, is that?
Oh,
feel like
Racer X
that's-
is Mike.
Yeah,
Oh, hey,
I
Racer.
knew that.
Where is he? Oh, hey,
Ah,
Racer. I didn't
yes.
see him in chat.
Hello,
Sorry.
Mike. Good to see
Well,
you.
that was Mike. Like, I don't feel confident. There we go.
At the gold split, Mike Jackson missing the gold split, missing Carl Big today, so an opportunity for another driver to step up there.
Yeah, I hopped in Hutch's stream before we went live. He feels pretty confident knowing that with Carl out and Blaine 99% chance of DCing, he has a really good chance today. So
Yeah, Blaine's going for the trifecta of DCs tonight, I guess.
I think we're going for the 4P.
Oh, 4. Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty. Hasn't Blaine DC'd every race so far?
Except Bathurst, the one that he Max Verstappen.
Oh. Yes.
Yeah,
you're
we've
right.
we forgot. His time was erased from that race. Too fast.
Oh, he DC'd in quali for that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I do remember that. Well, hopefully none of that today. Dylan Beveridge up a whole second. And that looked like not a very clean entrance to turn 8 and 9, was it?
Yeah, so Rogerio Santos currently fastest silver out there with a 47 flat.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like we might have to swap the badges today. The silvers are being the bronze, and the bronze being the silvers.
I almost have a feeling this shows that some people did not want to even look at Snetterton.
I have a feeling there's a few arriving drivers tonight. Yeah, I do.
I mean, even Paul
Ooh.
was bitch and backed out.
Is super close, Dylan, just managing to avoid running into the back of Guzman there. That Jose
That's right,
Carlos.
Dylan enjoying the luscious grass at Snetterton, of which there is plenty.
There's plenty to go around there. Brian?
Mark Robeson has a lot of time on the table, it seems. He had like 3 10s in just the first corner.
Our favorite Brian Garza has now put in his lap time. A return for him.
Return for Benito. Yeah, good to see him back on track. So he's currently on a valid lap, just getting started.
It's getting started. Jack Thompson up a 1.5 seconds. This would be enough to put him in provisional pole with 2.5 minutes to go on the clock for silvers.
Pedro Gomez also currently up. Oh, as I said, I sniped him.
Yeah. That's what I did to 54 last night.
Yeah, so we
I
do
did-
have.
I did that to 25.
We now have 2 silvers into the 46s.
Make that 3.
3. Make that 3. Yeah, so Jack Thompson, Joseph German, and Rogerio Santos.
Chris,
Or as
you
I
still stayed up
called him
like
last
2
week,
hours?
Ricardo.
It isn't just me. Although today I topped it off by saying the wrong
mostly
track.
just you. Benito still on the same pace as he goes around the bomb hole.
Barrett coming around the final corner here to finally put in his first valid lap time. Looks like it should be relatively solid, I think. I don't really know. We'll see.
Yeah, it looks like
Maybe
a
not.
decent lap. So 0.8 off of Jack Thompson, who has called it. He's called it a session.
Yeah, so Barrett onto what will probably be his, it will be his last lap. And there is some traffic ahead of him. He's going to have to negotiate. But I know that he's capable of a time better than what he's got on the board right now.
Well, the biggest rule for
Protect
quali
the
is
pace
there's no...
from down here in Florida.
Do you really want the salt level check?
Oh, And there goes some signs.
Yeah, Barrett caught the tail end of it. Still up, but just.
Yeah,
He's
so
got plenty of time to make up some more, though.
yeah, but the biggest rule in qualifying is there is no passing. So if that is,
Yeah.
ooh, was just on board with Joseph German there, and he's lost it. Going into
Robertson
Hamilton.
currently up 4/10 going into the bomb hole. Are you gonna giggle every time?
I'm not gonna get.
Are you gonna giggle every time?
Yes.
Just
He's gonna make his bomb hole giggle.
All right, Robertson lost about 10th, it looks like, on the last corner. He's going to make his way across. He will gain, and it might put him, I think,
P2.
perhaps P2 in class for now. Yeah, so Jack Thompson leading the way, and Mark Robertson currently second.
3/10 for Charlie King. Justin Moffat was, I believe, 2/10, and Benito up a whole second currently. Losing time on the exit there is down to 8/10, and that is going to be it for him up in P15.
No quali lap from Guzman J, and also Joby as well. Decided not to put in a quali lap here.
Joby.
And that leads us to our pros. Actually, I think we still... So Mark Robinson's actually still on the lap. I think he's the only one left on a valid.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Is he, I think, forgive me if I'm wrong, is he leading silver right now?
I believe
doing
so.
very well.
points?
Yeah.
I mean, we should know this.
Yeah, I think Robertson is doing pretty. I did suggest that we do like a points table update at the start, but I know it's more work, isn't it? That's the thing.
Yeah, go for it, Milo.
So
let me just point you in the direction of the bomb hole.
no,
I mean,
so
you could have done it while you were flying to the moon yesterday.
Yeah.
so a points update. Currently, Josh Barrett and Mark Robeson are tied for the lead in silver.
Mark making a slight mistake on the last corner, but still able to get pole for silver. So Robertson with a 46.390 just pips Jack Thompson at the final bell there.
Yep.
And as he does that, our pros are crossing the line. Blaine Hall, once again, first out on track. Peter Hutch immediately behind. So yeah, we will see. There is the return of the one and only Cheeto Boy. He's been out for the past couple of weeks golfing. He did a golf trip with Greg, and then last week had a tournament. So the big macho engine has returned.
The big macho engine.
43 needs to return to the pits. Is he in voice chat?
43 is Pedro Gomez.
Oh yeah.
I saw him not going out in the beginning, so I'm surprised to see that now.
Okay. He is going now, I think.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
So who
I'll have
is
to do that.
currently leading our gold split? Blaine Hall is going to be the first driver on a hot lap. With a new livery today. This is Genshin.
Did he upload that to the thing?
I didn't add it to the drive because I got back home too late.
Okay.
But I added to my directory, so I have it.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say on my screen he's just all white.
Yeah, and I think I forgot to update mine because I don't think I have Luis's.
I do not have Luis's either.
How dare you guys?
I was busy
Practicing the corner names.
cleaning my bomb hole. What?
Well, so as the first laps start to come in for our gold class, so Blaine is in P5 with the first valid lap. Sakachi about to cross with the second valid lap with a 146.6. Louis also going through. That's a fairly slow lap for our one and only. P18 currently.
I can tell you, Louise, not enjoying Snetterton from what I heard during the practice segment. Sakachi, I believe, put in a really fast lap at some point. So yeah, interested to see what happens here.
Yeah. Everybody currently still on a green lap. Mike Jackson there with a yellow flag. Was that a loss at the exit of turn 3? It looks like he spun it towards the inside based on the track map, but everybody's still improving right now. But Louis. Just had to call you out, Louis. I'm sorry.
He has time. He's had a sensational start to the season. So, you know, and you get 2 drop rounds. If this turns out to be one of them, I don't think he'll be that annoyed about it, you know?
Jose, we're not mad, but Ryan is disappointed in you.
So for our gold split, Peter Hutch currently in first place. Where's Peter?
Actually, he's not put a valid one in yet, but he's about to.
So Hutch in first place, leading by 2 points, leading Louis.
Oh, you're talking about the table?
Yes, the actual table.
Oh, my bad. I thought you were talking about the lap time. I'm like, he hasn't crossed the line yet.
Well, now he has in P2.
And he's in P2. Yeah. So Blaine with a 46 flat, Sakachi a 46.2, and Hutch right there with him in the 46.2s as well, as is Funk. So 3 of the gold drivers extremely close.
Rados loses about a tenth and a half out of the final corner, crosses the line, moves up to P4. So getting all those pros bunched up.
Could be some nice tight racing with the gold split.
Yeah. Telling you, as much as everybody hates this track, it's not that bad for racing it. It's not the same as Paul Ricard. Paul Ricard is great for racing, and even though it sucks to hot lap, but Snetterton is not all too terrible. Waiting to see all the pitchforks getting raised in chat. But yeah, so our third person in gold today, on the standings currently, is Carl Big, who is absent today. So
I do wonder, you know, if the Aston isn't fantastic here at Snetterton. I mean, Charlie King did a 48 flat. Louis is up 7/10 right now, so could put a much better lap in, but without having Carl here as well in his Aston, that comparison's difficult to see, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Do have Funky Town coming around the final corner now, up 3/10 on his lap time, losing ever so slightly, but that's going to be enough to move him to P1 provisionally. All the drivers are going to have 2 more laps to go.
Yeah, so Ryan saying in chat there's a lot of slow corner exits. The Aston doesn't like it. It does take a while to spool up, I think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, but I guess you have to drive it differently and keep it spooled up. I'm sure it's not easy to do.
Yeah, I find late downshifts is the way to go in these slow corners.
Louis jumps up to P10 overall. I'm sure he might be thrilled. Mike Jackson as well, looking to put a lap in. Doesn't have a valid one on the board yet, but he's got time for this one and probably one more.
Peter Hutch up 5/10 in the first sector.
Ooh. Peter's not happy being P4, is he now?
Nope.
Love it.
Going to push that Macca now around sector 2.
Okay, cameraman there just having a moment. So looking at Mike Jackson, the last person to set a lap on the track.
And he will jump to
Right
P10.
above Louis. Right above Louis. So
still with work to do. I think this will be his last attempt. So Hutch lost a couple of tenths somewhere in sector 2 there.
Yep. Sakachi up 5/10 on his lap. So See if he can hold it together as he heads through the final corners.
Yeah, so Hutch and Funk right next to each other. Funk was just up on his lap time, just enough. But it looks like Hutch is going to take it and park it.
Hutch temporarily until Sakachi does a 45.6, so takes provisional pole now by 0.3
This
from
is
Hutch.
tighter than I expected.
This is super close. Rado's coming around. He got a really good exit on the final corner, up 0.3.
Nobody
So
heard
that's
that.
going to bump him up to P4, just above Blaine Hall. He
Tighter
was
than
currently
a
down 4/10.
tighter than a duck's bum hole.
Nice.
Oh, we're such kids.
Yeah, we are. I'm sorry, but what are you gonna do?
Oh, I love it.
David Funk currently up 4/10.
Ooh, so
Yeah, I see that Funky Town looking for a late flourish here.
Flourish. Mike Jackson
Oh.
around the final corner, up 5/10, and is going to keep just that same lead. He is going to move up to P5. No, P7 it is. Just thousands.
Yeah, I'm not sure what
behind
happened there. So Funk must have got a really bad exit onto the long straight because he lost all that time and more. He's now down 0.8. So yeah, that lap did not continue.
Unfortunately, it looks like Rados is just outside of Luis's toe. I was wondering if they're going to be close enough, but sadly not.
He might have some through the final corner if Louis gets a bad exit, but it looks like both of them have. Everybody now is on a red lap. They're just practicing their pit entrances.
Rado's currently up 1/10. He could take a front row spot. He's finding even more time, loses a little bit. It's going to be very, very close on whether or not bumps any
Just
positions
that
up.
last corner. He is going to gain one spot, I think. Yep.
Yeah. So it is one spot. E3 for Rados. Louis giving him just enough to make his way up.
Alrighty.
And he's
Keep it clean out there, boys.
Holy moly.
Well, that was definitely not clean right there. Poor car. Now all the Cheetos are mashed up.
If you like, I can do the grid today. My cough is a lot better than it was last week.
Yes, someone else is gonna murder the names instead of me.
Skin
Potentially.
on skin.
Oh, Guzman J redeeming skin on skin.
Oh, you got a live one?
Yeah, you got a live one for your money.
That was a shit rejoin.
I can't do
You know, they
Dale.
had live ones in the bomb hole.
Can you do Dale's? That was a shit rejoin. I don't know. It's the best I can do.
It's been nada.
That's the best I got.
Your accent is great.
Bruh.
I love it. I love it. Good luck to everybody. Yeah, so for Snetterton, not a bad qualification session there. The as much as I thought we would see the badges all over the place, it's not that bad. You know?
It's good. This is good. There's some good mixture in there, I think, today.
Yeah. You love to
Alrighty.
see it. All right, let's go over our grid. 32 cars on track today. I'll take it away.
Yes, indeedy. So Mate Sakachi, P1 with the Honda. Hutch in the McLaren is second. Rados in row 2 in position 3. In the AMG, Funk in the Lambo at 4. Blaine Hall in the Audi at 5. Mark Robertson 6 in the Ferrari. Mike Jackson in the Ferrari as well in number 7. Jack Thompson in the Audi at 8. Joseph German in the Ferrari at 9. Rogerio Santos in the Ferrari at 10. Louis Castro in the Aston at 11. Lukey in the Porsche at 12. Barrett in the Beamer at 13. Beveridge leads 4 McLarens in 14. Kajcevic in 15. Jenkins 16. Simile 17. All McLarens. Chris Turner in 18 in the AMG. Gomez in the McLaren in 19. Wampler P20. Bungay 21 in the Ferrari. Benito Garza in the Ferrari at 22. Ryan Cody in the AMG at 23. White in the McLaren at 24. King in the Aston at 25. Hopkins 26. Miller 27. Moffat 28 in the Macca. Guzman C in the AMG 29. Savage in the Porsche at 30. Guzman J in the AMG at 31. And Cortez in the Ferrari at 32.
20 seconds.
That is going to be our grid for today. A car change for Joby. So he's taken the standings drop for switching out of the murderous Honda. But
I got to be honest with you guys. I think 32 for Snetterton is a really good turnout.
I really do think so myself, yes. I hope to see some clean one. I know that turn 2, the hairpin is usually a
hot spot.
corner. It's a corner, let's just say that. You know. Things can happen on the shaft.
It's all fun and games until someone slips on the shaft.
So let me double check. Let's just make sure these buttons didn't work fast enough last time. Oh, there it is, not working fast enough. Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. Sorry. So, Mate in the Honda. So what Joby just got out of is basically still in the lead.
Yeah, Victor was worried that Joby would be like, oh my god, it's OP here, and jump straight back in it. But no, he's gone with the Porsche, which is great. I'm glad to see it. I wish Joby had been in the Porsche since the beginning. I'm interested to see how he gets on today.
Yeah, I mean, literally everyone told him, please don't. We hear your cry for help. Please don't.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how much he prefers the Porsche to the Honda, that's for sure.
For sure. So I've got your camera up for you, Ferris. Turn 1/turn 2.
Oh, perfect. Oh, yeah, that is a nice camera. Our drone man is doing pretty good today.
I know how to get good angles for things like Snetterton, you know? It's all about the right angle.
I have no comment. You're scaring our viewers away.
Listen, if they made it this far with me, it's not because of me.
Rados up inside Sakauchi there.
Oh,
Just letting him know.
Yeah,
You know, I think there's some mind games happening out there now.
Mumera, yes, we'll take some pizza in the booth. That'd be great.
which pizza is it?
Sounds wonderful.
Domino's.
Domino's.
I mean,
All right, let's go.
why not?
In a hot minute.
All right, a very, very solemn formation lap today.
Yeah.
Everyone just packed up nicely. This might be the neatest formation lap I've ever seen.
Is it now?
Snetterton, baby.
Yeah, everybody wants to make it clean for the tip.
Here we go.
So
Gotta make it clean through the bomb hole, you know?
1 hour of everybody's favorite track that they always love racing in and that they do very often. Snetterton. And the lights go. They don't go green yet.
The lights
Green.
stay
Now
on.
they do.
Now they do. And so Mate still gets not even that great of a jump.
Hutch got a
Compared to
much
Hutch.
better start than Sakauchi and actually gets past him at turn 1. Really great start from Hutch.
Really start.
Headed to turn 2, kind of cleaning up a little bit. Some 2 wides, but everyone leaving some space for each other.
So
Very
not
good.
too bad. I saw 2 yellows, Cody and Simile. Not much going on. So that
See
is Cody.
Ryan off.
Oh, did I just see someone disconnect? That might have been an artifact.
That might have
some
been an
kind.
artifact. I'm seeing some. So they're going 2 wide through. Is this Hamilton?
Oh, we got contact.
Ooh.
Yep, we have some contact. It looks like Dylan Beveridge and
Jack Thompson, that is.
Yeah, Jack Thompson.
Yes.
And Mark Robertson caught up in that as well, it looked like, I think, right?
Yeah,
Mark Roberson,
was in
yeah.
that.
Yeah. Damn.
Unfortunately for him, that was a fantastic qualification. Not a really great start of the race for him.
I was just about to say, I felt like, I mean, I'll still say it because I believe it. Like, I think this season has been the cleanest season of lap ones.
Oh, you just had to say it. There's still a few corners
but
left
then
in
it's
lap
been
one.
the worst season for lap 2s. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
So
Let's
lots.
to Ryan Cody here.
So everybody kind of going single file. Oh, never mind. That's Jack Thompson with another contact further back and
With
is
Benito,
sideways.
look like, maybe? Is that Benito?
Not too sure.
It might be Benito.
No, that's Moffat.
We will obviously be viewing all contacts. Sakachi within 2/10 of Hutch, so staying right there with him, and Rados doing a great job in the AMG as well. So those three out in front, about a second in front of Funky Town right now.
Second in front of Funky Town. Everybody's still kind of within the 4 to 10s distance, roughly, with each other. Some 2 wides there from Jalen Jenkins, going into Montreal.
So with the contacts with Robertson and Thompson, Joseph German has taken the lead of Silver Class, so he'll be happy with that because he's had some bad luck in a couple of the rounds recently as well. Rogerio Santos in P2, and Barrett moves up into P3 in that split.
And I do have some replays here. Well, the main replay of Ryan Cody right off the green flag here. Kind of get a little bit of recording of heading into turn one bump, and then they get bumped again, and Ryan ends up getting spun. A little ACC physics off the slate.
Not much you could do
One
there.
player running a little wide whilst you were watching that replay there and lost a position to King and Bungay. So one player drops down to P19.
Yep.
Carson move up to he's second in class. Chris Turner leading the bronze class right now.
Also during that replay, right at the end, Mate going side by side with Hutch into turn 8. Does not get the run that he wants and almost lets Rados go through. And
So
this fight
you
is gonna
all
keep
did
going.
okay. So that possible DC did happen.
Sakachi has the run, into turn 1 once more, and there's contact between them. Hutch goes onto the grass. Sakachi goes on and came back on in front of the AMG of Rados. And those 3 drivers, unfortunately, drop back behind Funky Town and Blaine Hall.
Somehow they all kept the cars pointed in the right direction too.
Yes. Man, that was a series of... I mean, the contact we'll have to look at, but then after that, it was kind of a free-for-all because of the grass. There's no stopping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, huge kudos to all 3 of them for keeping the cars pointed in the right direction. And only losing 2 positions. Like,
100%.
that was
Yeah.
insane.
So Mate now from P1 in quali is dropped back behind Mike Jackson, who is currently in P5. David Funk has inherited the lead. Blaine Hall with a purple lap so far, right behind David Funk. Rados stays right where he is.
Yep, further down the field as well, you've got Pedro Gomez sandwiched between Rogerio Santos and Michael Lukey. This is for P4 in class, so this 2 Brazilians battling it out right now. And Lukey waiting in the wings with Dylan Beveridge right behind him and Kamal Kajcevic as well.
Yeah, so we're not short on action on the Snet.
Negative.
A lot of cars look really slidey out of the final corner there. So Pedro Gomez currently a 10th off of Rogerio Santos and is on the main straight.
Good defending from Santos there, set himself up to defend turn 1.
Barrett further up ahead, trying to make a move on German, who does cover the inside And Barrett then just decides to slot back behind. So good on Joseph there for really keeping the lead in silver. Just I think who did we say? So Barrett currently is leading silver class overall, and Joseph German is in P4 currently. So not many points behind.
Yeah, I mean, Mike Jackson has used the melee at the front of Gold Split to get himself into P5, and Louis Castro's moved up past the Silvers into P7. So Louis starting to enjoy the track a little more than he did in quali.
Yep. We do have our first pit is Ryan Cody, I guess for the mega undercut after a little bit of contact in lap 1 there.
Yeah, Ryan going for it.
We do
And
see...
going back to the replays, they Jack Thompson with Dylan Beveridge moment actually occurred because of Joseph German. He did actually DC, so you all did see him DC, but he reappeared.
Oh.
Right in front of Jack Thompson, spooked him, and it caught him off guard as far as for his breaking point. That's what ended up happening.
Right, a little risky from Ryan. Pitting that early, the leaders are bearing down on him, so he's going to have to put his foot down to avoid getting hit with that really annoying blue flag after blue flag situation.
Turner, yellow flag in the final corner. It looked like his nose squanched.
Oh, and so that's bronze leader dropping down to
straight into the pits.
Straight into the pits, yep. So he's going to take his pit stop now. Carson Bungay takes the lead in bronze by default there.
So rule number 1 of Giant and Mercedes: if your car is turned, you don't hit the brake. Fortunately, that's what Chris does here, and we'll end up just losing the car a little bit.
Ooh, and does not get it stopped in time. Yeah, that'll do it.
Santos and Gomez fight continues with Lukey still sitting within a second, just kind of hanging out. There's also Kajcevic, Beveridge, and Jenkins now in that, all within a second of that battle. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, nice little tight bunch for Silver there.
Yep, and then as we go to the front runners, Blaine Hall still keeping David Funk honest, them trying to build a gap away from the other three who are all carrying damage after that three-way contact. Hutch did manage to pick up the purple line.
I did see 2 tenths from Blaine Hall to David Funk, and then that gap has increased coming into the back straight, but he's still within reach. So he's still keeping Funk at bay.
Jay Barrett up into P2 in class. Again, there was some contact higher up in the Silvers that dropped down. He's now 7 tenths behind Joseph German. And he's had a really good season so far, Barrett, in that BMW.
And Blaine Hall manages to make his way into Montreal. And with Cody just kind of sitting there letting everybody through. Good job, Cody.
Yes, I was worried about this for Ryan because if you go in super early for your pit, certain tracks brings you out right amongst this lot, and then you're obliged to give up the spots for blue flag.
Yeah, and
so David Funk misses his breaking point, goes wide. Rados catches up onto Ryan. Ryan pulls out to try to not get in much way for Rados behind. So Blaine has managed to pull a gap. This gap is now 1 second after Funk, a little late on the brakes. Rados still holding the same gap to Funk. So we'll see how this pans out.
Blaine with the impressive drift around that corner onto that straight there as well in the Audi. So Blaine said he arrived in drive, so far that's going okay. I mean, fortunate to get that position, but it might be hard to wrestle it back from him.
Yeah, definitely.
We got some battles going on in silver class. Currently you have Rogero Santos and Pedro Gomez battling. And then immediately behind we have a nice little train here. Michael Lukey with 3 McLarens chasing him. I probably caused him some PTSD as a McLaren behind him, so he's probably running for his life.
Yeah, that's that Kajcevic, Beveridge, Jenkins group. They've been very close throughout so far. Further down the field, you've got Charlie King in the Aston chasing down Wampler, and you've got Benito behind him as well. So a little group of 3 right there.
So far the battle's extremely close when with a lot of the silver class has been bunched up. All P1 through 8th are within just 3 seconds of each other, roughly.
Yeah, Sakachi, since that contact, has been behind Mike Jackson, and he's within 2 or 3 tenths right now. But Mike making it very tough for him to get past, and doing a pretty good job right now of staying within distance of Hutch as well.
So update, we are down to 31 cars. Chris Turner has left the server. Probably going to go play some RimWorld instead. He said he had enough of the bomb hole, and he's going to go play RimWorld instead.
And
Understandable.
I'm pretty sure he's wearing that beautiful shirt that you guys have seen in the morning and the intro. You can very
100%.
easily get. We've increased since last week our merch stuff, our crap. You know,
Should probably have a look.
yeah.
You know,
We got the
Sakachi
sandbags.
making a move on Mike Jackson on the inside at the bomb hole.
And we got some rubbing happening in this Michael Lukey through Jenkins battles. Lukey tried to make a move on Rogero, backed out, and then there was contact between Dylan Beveridge and
Petrovic.
Kimo.
Yeah, so a little rubbing is not that bad.
Yeah,
A rubbing, good.
that's how we make.
Joseph
McLaren
German.
videos.
Makes a mistake with Barrett pressuring him. German into the grass. Looks like he missed a breaking point, and Barrett strolls on by and takes the lead in silver. Joseph dropping down as he tries to rejoin the track.
Yeah,
Might
so-
want to look at a replay of that one there,
Yep.
Joey.
Yeah, so Joseph all the way down from P1 to P8 in class. That is he's not gonna be the happiest about that. I do see some rear end damage on his car, so there might have been contact.
Oh,
but
yeah,
I
I
did
did.
How's
a
that,
replay.
replay ready for you.
Yeah, let's
Alrighty.
go on.
And down the front straight. And just
Ooh.
loses it.
Just a loss. Pedro Gomez with an incident. Ryan Cody's involved. We're having a few yellow flags right now. Dylan Beveridge on the side of the track too. What is going on in silver right now?
Oh. Close rejoined by Dylan Beveridge here.
There's a lot of shuffling going around right now. And the whole silver class has been turned upside down, shuffled.
So Barrett leading the way with Lukey moves up now to P2 in silver. Santos drops back behind him, and Gomez has dropped back 2 spots. So yeah, we definitely got to take a look at that replay.
Oh,
my.
all right, let's see that replay.
Oh, okay. Yep. So Pedro Gomez is up behind Ryan. Ryan loses the car.
Pedro,
And it's just, yeah, this is super unfortunate by everyone. Ryan loses the car,
ooh, that's not what you want to
tries
see.
to hold his brakes, and there's nothing you can do. Everyone scrambles. Dylan doesn't see it coming.
That was
So-
actually a really good avoid by Dylan there.
That really was.
I think the only damage at the end of the day was on Pedro's car and Ryan's car. All things considering, that could have went way worse. Really
Yeah.
good points from everyone considering the situation.
Got another yellow flag. Bruce Hopkins, who was in about P19, P20, off in the grass, not moving right now. Is he gonna? He's towed back to the pits. Bruce may be calling it.
A contact there by that Kimo Kajtovic on Pedro Gomez, who's just parked it. Pedro's spinning on the exit of turn 5, and he's teleported back to the pits. A late break there by Carson Bungay on Jalen Jenkins.
Oh, no. Bruce.
Bruce, what did Bruce do?
So Ryan is trying to be a good back marker. Bruce comes in a little hot, goes a little wide now, and then hits the grass.
Oh.
And goes boing.
Oh.
Yeah, the grass at Snetterton, pretty unforgiving. Once you're on it, it's going to take you for the ride. A bit like Alton as well, you know, on that left-hander at Alton.
Yeah.
If you go off on that right-hand side, as you take that fast left, it'll just carry you, the grass, straight into the tire wall.
Definitely.
Yeah. And as we were looking at that, Brian Garza gets around Carlos Guzman.
With a little bit of rubbing on the exit of turn 9. Not too bad, right?
Did I miss something with Blaine Hall?
Yes, we did.
Yeah. There's been a lot happening, in fairness. I'm also keeping my eyes on Joby Savage. He's up to P23 overall, and he is within touching distance of Jack Thompson.
Who's just made a mistake on the exit of the final corner.
Yes, indeed. So Joby will have a run on him down. It looks like Jack may be giving him the spot to line up T1.
So I found it. Looks like he had a moment heading into the Bentley straight here and goes wide, which allows David Funk to catch up.
Oh, just a bit too much inside curb. Bounced him off to the outside, and that was enough for Funky Town
to just drive by.
Funky Town to get it, and actually starts a battle, and they end up costing themselves some time. Dorado's behind. Lane again is a little deep under the so.
Jay Barrett within 4/10 of Louis Castro. So Barrett, who doesn't want a white badge, closes in on a white badge. Oh boy.
Oh, and right as you say that, he goes pretty wide there, but
he did, but the Beamer it's a stable beast, you know.
He's like, wait a minute, Milo has a point. Quick, initiate silver moment.
Louis is I think Louis would be quite happy with where he's at, given how much he was. I think he was contemplating not starting the race, but I'm really glad he did.
Yeah, and I do want to see this fight, even though there's no points involved in it, unless we move Barrett up mid-season.
No,
we shouldn't. I'm just kidding. We wouldn't do that.
Yeah, he's had a great start to silver. I think he's won at least 2 rounds, maybe 3.
Yep.
So we got a nice battle going on here for P3 in the bronze class. Dave Miller and Jonathan White. We went side by side down the main straight into turn 1. Yeah.
No, I'm just laughing at Ryan. Oh, a yellow flag for Carlos Guzman there. What happened there? I don't know if that was contact or just losing it, but that was on the apex.
I see there's contact registered.
Ooh, so Brian inherits the spot.
Jay Guzman with the yellow flag as well, spinning off in the grass as I switched to him. Not sure if it was, I think it might have been just a human error.
Yeah, and that's
some brother tingling. They're like, oh, his brother went off. I gotta go off too.
I believe, and he parks it. Oh, so do we have a replay?
He did say if he 180'd, he was going to F4.
So yeah, I do have the move done from Carlos onto Benito, heading into the hairpin. There was a light bump here. It's a little bump. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's so.
Oh, and he just loses the car immediately after.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, the actual pass, I mean, wasn't too bad. I didn't think that was too bad, but yeah, then would it just snap on him?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's rotated.
Blaine Hall within 8/10 of Funk again now. So battling for that lead. Rados, Hutch, and Sakachi. I guess their damage might be affecting them. I mean, they've not been able to get the pace back to where they want it.
I mean, either that or the others, you know, they've had enough time to practice the tractor in qualification, as one does, and are now at pace.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely a trick. So Mike Jackson in P6 in the Gold Series is right behind Sakachi again now. Good battle these two have been having. Sakachi was behind Mike for several laps and then got the move done. Mike's kept him within touching distance, so yeah, it's an interesting one.
Yeah. I don't think there is much damage. Honestly, the contacts that we did see were fairly light. I don't see any visual damage on their cars, if I'm honest. So I think it's maybe just a you know, probably a combination.
A yellow flag flash for Barrett, but nothing happened. I mean, he's still there, so maybe just an off track.
Yep.
Ran a bit wide, managed to hold it.
Lane Hall still trying to reel David Funk back in.
Connection dropped for a second for Barrett. Ooh. Last time that happened, he ended up DCing and taking someone with him.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye. I'm noticing as well, looked like he was struggling a little bit in the dirty air. Oh, Luis has missed a braking point and gone off, and Barrett will cruise past him.
Oh, is Luis succumbing under the pressure? I thought Luis did not have his rearview mirrors. Is that Victor?
I'm not sure, but it looked to me like he just got on the brakes a little late there, ran too deep.
Oh, we missed that on the stream. Further up ahead, they're about to go into the back straight. Blaine, 3/10 off of David Funk. Might be trying to set up here for a pass.
And we have a stop for Joby. So Joby has brought it in. Missed his pit stall, had to go in reverse. We caught it live here. Then it took him like 5 seconds to get up on the jacks. So not a good stop for Joby, unfortunately.
Further back in the gold session as well, Sakachi trying to have a look on the inside of Hutch for forgot the corner's name. 2 corners before Bumhole.
That was Brundle, I think, because Ryan said how fitting for that to be the name.
It was
of
Brundle.
Doors corner.
Brundle?
Yeah, Brundle, Nelson, Bomo.
Yep. Pretty sure Hutch is saying only Ferris can be on my inside, so he closes the door there.
And we have our
Carson,
first
go on.
pits for the gold class. Blaine Hall and Peter Hutch both go into the pits.
Nice. Carson Bungay had a great race last week, and obviously a bit fortunate to get the lead because Cristana was leading until his error, losing that AMG. Carson now leading the bronze split and right amongst the silvers, so great stuff for him.
And he's been having a great race so far, just keeping it clean, out of trouble, and just
Moffat
cruising
off
along
in the grass, loses a spot to Jack Thompson. Not sure if there was contact or anything, or just a lot of the incidents tonight, guys running deep onto the grass, and then it's really hard to get back.
Yep. And a lot of these cars are looking a bit sad as well, so it looks like they might be having a little bit more trouble. I did notice some of the cars that did go off track at turn 1 ended up kind of rejoining slowly to avoid breaking all those distance boards for turn 2.
Stop go speeding in the pits for Peter Hutch.
Oh no.
Oh, baboon. That is a baboon move from Hutch.
It really
Rookie
is.
mistake for Peter Hutchins.
That is not what
Absolutely.
you want to see. Peter Hutch. Oh, he went for the undercut to try and make the spots back without having to fight. And he's instead going to have
The
to...
question I would have for Hutch is, did you practice a pit entry?
And the answer is probably.
Not.
Probably no. Probably not. I mean, yeah, man, that is tough. That's tough. A stop go 30 for Hutch then, so that's going to put the kibosh on his race unless something spectacular happens up in the gold split.
And now David Funk has responded to Blaine going to the pits by pitting now. So David Funk currently in the pits.
So
We will see where they turn out.
all eyes on that as Blaine is just going into Brundle. So he's still just entering Sector 3 here at Snetterton. And yeah, we'll keep an eye on.
Yeah, I got to say, good
this.
placement for Blaine because he is coming out in fairly clean air and not much... Yeah, not much traffic. Let's get a side-by-side, see when... So I got eyes on Rados.
Blaine Hall round the last
Sorry,
corner.
Blaine.
And Funk coming out of the pits now. This is going to be really, really close, I think. This might come down to
Just
what
the
Blaine
braking into
decides to
turn
do.
one.
Miller
He's
backs.
gonna get it.
Miller backs out, allows Blaine to go through, and there's contact
Oh.
between the two Audis. A mistake by Blaine Hall, and he takes Miller with him.
Oh no. Miller just trying to stay innocent and out of the way.
Oh.
I think Blaine took that. We've seen it once or twice already today. That inside curb at T1, if it seems to kick you off quite violently.
It does. It really does.
Yeah,
Ooh.
so unfortunate there. Feel bad for Miller as well, because I think he was doing okay. I don't know if he lost any positions with that, but
And I do have that replay ready for
Let's
us here.
see it.
So you can see David Funk coming out of the pits. Blaine looking, sees that Miller's giving him the line, just over rotates a little bit mid-corner.
yeah,
So-
that bump. To be honest, that curb right where he went, there seems to be a big bump there.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
that sucks.
So the field is awfully spread out right now, I'd like to say, apart from Kajcevic and Jenkins in two McLarens, and White, Jonathan White is within 0.6 of Ryan Wampler. Obviously, we got to wait till all the pit stops have
Yeah. So for
settled.
now, provisional leader is Andrew Rados with Mate 5.5 back. Now the question will be, does Rados jump Blaine here during the pit stops? Does Rados have damage? Does he take it? Does he not?
I feel like Rados will, considering how Blaine's incident just went down, and you know, having to come back on track with the.
Muff in chat
That's a
is
spot.
in a new rig. It's messing with him a little bit, which we all know when you get new equipment, it can take you
100%.
a couple of weeks to get up to pace. So still on track, still managed to type that message in the chat. So kudos. Maybe that was when you were in the pits.
I believe so.
Either way, keep going, Muff. Keep going. Don't quit.
So now the gap between David Funk and Blaine Hall is 4 seconds. So we'll see how Blaine's lap times look after that damage.
Yeah. So Blaine's still owning purple lap of the race so far, but I suspect that's not going to be some pace that he can sustain anymore with all the damage that he's seen. I've seen him completely smash into the sidewalls and bounce back, but the car seems to be mostly okay.
There's definitely some rear damage on that car.
All right, now you've got Carlos Guzman.
And our race leader, Barrett.
Yeah. So Andrew Rados is currently in the pits. Mike Jackson, Mate as well. So we will see where everyone comes out. It's gonna get very, very interesting.
Carlos Guzman, Ryan Wampler, Jonathan White, pretty bunched together. That's 1 silver, 2 bronze, and the Funk and Hall are approaching them fairly quickly. So we may see
So,
them pit in.
Rados
Wampler
coming
pits
out
in.
of the pits now. Here comes Funk, gets by. This is gonna be deja vu all over again for Blaine here, except there won't be a car in between. Does he send it on the outside here? It's gonna be close.
Just in time to make it through. That was close.
That was close. Very nicely done, to be honest, from Blaine there. Kudos on that. I'm not sure if Rados had to check up. I don't think he did. I mean, Blaine definitely didn't cross any lines, so.
Yeah, checking based on race control, Rados was stopped for 33 seconds, so I believe he did repair what little damage he might have gotten. Blaine Hall's stop was 32, David Funk's was 32. So that 1 second difference of the pit stops did make a difference there.
So, Wampler, Miller into the pits. We have, we do still have 1 bronze. Provisional lead is Jonathan White. So, we'll see how he does. Carson has pit already and was leading the class. So we'll see once Jonathan White pits where he lands.
So David Funk getting by Jonathan White just now on the back straight into Brundle. And cleanly done. Good for him. Chemo still 3/10 off of Jalen Jenkins. So this fight has kind of been going on now for multiple laps.
Yep, both in the McLaren. And you got Dylan Beveridge in a Macca about to join the fray as well, looks like.
Yep.
Michael Luki heading into the pits, as well as Benito.
Hutch, I assume Hutch served his stop go.
Yes.
Yes,
Hutch
he did. Yeah, so he's now P20, and lots of work for Hutch to do now.
Hey Max, yes, he did switch.
Yes, Joby just switched just about an hour and a half before the start of the race.
I mean, he died every race in the Honda, so I'm quite pleased that he switched, to be honest.
He didn't want Ryan to be correct for every race.
Benito, Jonathan White in the pits now, so let's see where Carson comes around the last corner. I think Carson comfortably will take the lead of Bronze back.
So good race for Carson so far. Nothing else much to say about Carson. He's been going at it honestly for the last few races. Has been doing fairly well, and
man's going to earn himself a silver badge.
Oh yeah, definitely at this pace and this consistency. Yes.
So Lukey within half a second of Beveridge, who did lose some time to Kajcevic.
So Beveridge just kind of sitting within. Ooh, looks like that was a bit wide on entry there. Let's Lukey get a lot closer to Beveridge. We're going to see two fights now here, back to back.
Yep.
For P5 and silver. Oh, is that a yellow flag for Barrett?
I think he just went a little wide in the hairpin turn two.
Or it could have been another disconnect warning, maybe?
Maybe.
Rogerio Santos, the last of the pit stoppers, as I call him.
Oh, and we lost
Somebody went
Joby.
off. Joby.
You just had to say something, Joey.
What do you mean?
Joby with the disconnect.
We lost Joby now.
We are down to 27, so 5 drivers have retired for the day.
I think he used voodoo curses on someone else, so he made it easy.
So Barrett, Santos, and King yet to pit, and Carlos Guzman as well yet to pit in silver. So expect that to happen for the most part fairly soon. Although Rogerio likes to pit late.
Yeah, I think last week he pit with 7 minutes to go.
Yeah, something like that.
Yes, my boy. Blaine Hall within striking distance of Carlos Guzman. I suspect Carlos might make this easy on him.
Oh, almost lost the back end of that AMG there.
Blaine gets the run, so this is for P5 overall. Carlos yet to pit. Currently in silver. No, Carlos is. Oh, I thought he was going to be defending it.
He backed out a little early, which is the right thing to do there, I think.
Yeah, back out. Get yourself in the tow. Try and keep up as long as you can. And
he's now got Rados to deal with. Same situation. Both AMGs. See how he handles.
Both AMGs. So we've seen this already. An AMG die at this corner, just hitting the brakes. That was Chris. A lot of the corners in this track, you have to brake while you're turning.
Carlos into the pits. Probably a wise move. I think if you get to a point where some of the people are catching you at the front of the race, I think you probably should get in the pits at that point.
Yeah, definitely.
There's going to lose a lot of time allowing people through. Charlie King in the pits as well.
And after the halfway mark, it's kind of, you're not really going to come out in traffic that you have to make your way around. It's more traffic that you have to fight with.
Barrett did his pit stop during that, whilst we were watching that. Those couple of incidents. Barrett's P7 overall leads Robertson and Jenkins. So yeah, Barrett really good drive again so far.
Yep. Peter Hutch now making his way to Brian Garza. Gonna stick behind for turn 1, gets past Carlos Guzman. And I don't know if Benito is going to be fighting this or not, but honestly, good on Hutch for staying in the race.
Yeah.
There's not many people out there, so there's more points to gain just by finishing the race in class. So it's a good thing. Oh, Brian.
Yellow flag, Dylan Beveridge.
Benito definitely fighting it. So
Which is not the right thing to do, really.
yeah. A little bit of contact there on the exit of 4. Was that Hamilton? Was the corner before at Hamilton? I don't remember.
I mean,
you're a different split and definitely different pace. I think it's not really the right thing to do
yeah,
that.
for sure. Also, knowing Benito, he loves the battle, so rarely does he ever back out one.
Yeah, I mean, it's not blue flags.
Yeah.
But we've often said, you know, if you know that your pace isn't the same.
Yep.
I think it behooves you to allow the gold driver through, in my opinion.
For sure. Going back to see what happened, Dylan Beveridge took too much of the inside curb on the infieldish part and just rotated the car in the zone.
Ooh. Yeah, that'll do it. That will do
So
it.
it seems like that damage to Blaine's car not affecting him too much. He still has a 2-second gap to Rado's behind, and his last lap was a 46.1.
Yeah, just a 10th and a half, actually 2/10 roughly, off of his fastest lap of the race, which is still a purple. So I don't know how he does it with that. That looked painful.
Hutch and Carlos Guzman did get past Benito, so I'm wondering if Benito went off somewhere there, as that very quickly changed.
Yeah, I didn't even see
see
the
there was
deltas.
Contact. So let's see.
Maybe he just ran wide. He's running wide in the background there as well, so maybe Benito just pushing a little bit.
I think that contact was the one that we saw on stream. It was a bit earlier.
Yeah, so Benito went wide into the final corner.
Yeah. Ryan Wampler, P2 in bronze in the Lambo. It does have Jonathan White not far behind him, about 1.5 seconds back. So that's the podium spots up for grabs in bronze.
Barrett's sitting on 3 warnings right now for 40 minutes.
Oh, Barrett really, and we did see him kind of sliding around there. So it's a decently comfortable lead that he has, providing Rogerio comes out behind him after the pits, which I do believe will be the case. So just take it easy. 20 minutes to go.
Yeah, he has a healthy lead. So
Yeah.
I mean, he's 10 seconds up on Louis Castro, who's not even in his split, and then another 2 or 3 seconds to Robertson. So no need to push too hard for Barrett.
Yes, John, keep it clean. Sorry, I mean Josh. I did see a gap here drop between Jenkins and Kajtovic, but then the gap has extended once more, so it looks like each of them has a better corner than the other, a different better corner. We'll see if Kajtovic can get this battle going again.
Yeah, it'd be nice, because I mean, it's a podium spot that could be up for grabs here, assuming Rogerio will drop down beneath this group here, which I think he will. He'll be somewhere in there. But yeah, I mean, like Jenkins currently sitting what I would think would be P3 in silver. Kajtovic, if he can try and close that gap. And Luki also could get in the mix if he can find a little bit here in the late stages of the race.
Yeah, and if Kajtovic and Jenkins do start fighting, Luki's definitely going to be in that battle because they're going to be slowing each other down. Further back, Benito and Carlos. I'm now saying Brian every single time. It's gotten to me.
Benito got back past Carlos.
Yeah, that gap was dropped to 2/10 and is now back again to a second. So it's really elastic here.
Yeah, and Jonathan White has closed the gap on Wampler for P2 and P3 in bronze, down to half a second gap now. So White closing on Wampler, another one to keep an eye on. I like it today. You know what this track has seen? Battles in all three classes. So
Yep.
that's pretty cool to see.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Except for Carson, who's battling with Joseph German for P15, by the way. So yeah. Yeah, a great drive again from Carson, though, to be honest. Same as last week. Really, really good.
Oh yeah.
For sure. Mild update up at the front. Blaine Hall maintaining about a 1.5-second gap to Andrew Rados. Blaine did have an incident on the last lap. So Rados was able to gain about 0.6. Mate, though, is running slightly quicker than Rados. So it's going to be interesting to see if we end up with a three-way battle or if Rados and Mate start slowing each other down while fighting.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, yeah, right as we were looking at that, Carson gets by Joseph German.
There you go. Stellar stuff from Carson. And yeah, I think he has a good shot of winning bronze if he keeps driving like this. I don't know what... Is he leading bronze right now?
I should probably have this up permanently. Carson is P2 in bronze, just 5 points behind Chris Turner. So Chris
Turner with a DNF
yes.
today. Yeah, DNF for Chris. So probably handing, unless Carson has a
disastrous end of the race.
Yeah, disastrous last 17 minutes. Carson will take the lead of the bronze split. So you love to see it. And Chris, you better make it a series. So expect you back out there next week in your Only Farmers car or whatever it is. Is it Only Farmers?
Yes.
Farmers Only.
Farmers
It's
Only.
Farmers Only.
Only Farmers would be a completely different website.
That's his OnlyFans handle.
Yeah.
I
will be back in a moment, guys. Just gonna step away for a minute.
Of course. For our P3 in bronze class, so David Miller, who's not had the best of races so far in Snetterton, is currently sitting P5 in class, is probably, it's Ricky Smile that has the next spot under, with not that many points between them. So it looks like they might be swapping positions or getting even this race. If it continues like this.
Yeah, unfortunate race for Miller today too. He unfortunately got caught up when
Blaine's incident.
Blaine got loose in turn 1. Yellow flag for Jonathan White. As we talk about the bronze class, he was chasing Ryan Wampler.
So a 3-second gap now, 4-second gap built up between him and Ryan Wampler. So that is unfortunate for him. He's gonna have to make his way back again and start fighting it. So further up ahead, Rogerio Santos still leading the race. David Funk not that far behind anymore.
He is catching.
So
but Funk is putting in some really consistent, solid lap times right now, which has allowed him to maintain about a 4-second gap to Blaine Hall. He is just hoping that no back markers cause any issues, so he can just focus on his lap times right now.
Yeah, I would like to know. So that was Michael Cortez letting Funk and was that
Carson?
That was Carson in front? No, that was Jack Thompson through. So David Funk now just one back marker between him and the provisional leader of the race, Rogerio Santos, who has yet to pit. I expect Rogerio to pit in the next 5 laps, probably in 5 laps.
Yep.
Benito and Carlos Guzman getting back at it, so the gap has been brought down once again to below 7/10, and it is within tow range for Carlos.
Yeah, but he has pretty much pitted within the last, on average, 8 minutes probably this season.
Yeah, he's more aggressive with the overcuts than I am.
Yeah, and I feel like in this patch it's not worth
Ooh.
it.
Yellow flag for Benito. He's lost it all by himself right in front of Carlos. We were just watching Carlos. So that lets Carlos get by. A yellow flag for Michael Cortez out of Montreal. So I wonder if that is contact. Or just missed it. So unfortunately for Benito, he's going to drop back one spot.
I see contact with Michael Cortez and... Is that Rick? It is. So let's see what
19.
happens.
Yeah.
I have returned.
Welcome back. And things have
returned.
been shaken. A yellow flag for David Miller. So again, Miller.
Just a little bit of grass
Yeah.
looked like that time.
I gotta say, there's a lot of grass on this track. Not
Well,
enough lawnmowers.
Technically, it's not on the track.
True. In this park.
So, we found the replay. Looks like Rick gets a little late on the brakes, ends up tapping Cortez.
That is not the direction you want to be going.
Oh, Blaine Hall's lost it. With Rados chasing him, Blaine Hall has lost it on his own at Brundle. And a yellow flag. Blaine facing the wrong way.
Facing the wrong way, doing donuts, and that has let Sakachi McJackson also get past. Can we get a replay of that? That was too sudden.
Yeah, Rados had just moved to within about 6/10 of Blaine. And I think Blaine just went in a little hot.
Ooh, so that shakes things up here in the gold class. We do have the replay up.
Yep.
Ooh.
Oh, yep.
It's eating
The
a little
inside
bit too much
curbs are
curve.
catching them out.
Yeah, those curbs.
You gain time, but if you do it wrong, you are going to spin, and that's what happens here for Blaine.
Audi doesn't
Bump.
seem to love those curbs
Nope.
at Snetterton.
I mean, the Audi doesn't like the tip.
Kamal Kajcevic is closing slowly on Jenkins for P3 in class, although Ruggiero still yet to pit.
Yeah, so Ruggiero now within attacking range from David Funk.
Somebody should talk to Ruggiero about the new tire model, you know? Maybe just let him know you might be faster
Yeah,
if you switch him out.
I do agree. I mean, we were kind of talking about it before we had some incidents, like I was trying to say, where it's not worth it, I don't think, in this new patch, like, to do these. It used to be, but definitely not now.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's going to be track and temperature dependent as well. There will be times where I'm sure it's fine, but yeah, it's definitely interesting. Now we got Funk trying to get past him, which this has also been something we've seen each week is the leaders catching him, and we'd like to see him not put up much of a fight in this scenario.
Yeah, so yeah, as the leader
Yeah, there you go.
catches up, he does move into the pits. Smart move from Ruggiero.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
And
Further,
with that,
Mhm.
David Funk takes the lead, and the now new gap between him and P2 is 5.5 seconds to Andrew Rados.
The Kajcevic Jenkins battle for P3 in class is really close right now. If you want to take a look at that, it's probably just about the closest battle we have on track. Chemo with a shot at a podium if he can get this done.
yeah, so
He's actually, this is for P4.
Well, that's only because Ruggiero's in the pits.
Oh, that's right. Just kidding. I can math.
I've been keeping an eye on it for that reason. Ruggiero is moving, but here come the two McLarens, and they will get past him. So Ruggiero will come out just behind Lukey. So Lukey in P4.
right in front of Dylan Beveridge. So Dylan Beveridge now has one shot to make a move. But Ruggiero's gonna...
Check up.
Yeah, he did have to check up. Ruggiero's defending that turn too. And Dylan with the warmer tires is now going to be frustrated, not able to get through.
Yeah, I mean, he really needs to do it this lap. I mean, Ruggiero's pace has not been terrible.
And he is pretty good at defending. That's also one thing that we have noticed about Ruggiero. So this is Beveridge's chance. He might just have the one shot into the back straight.
Oh,
into the bummer.
and Chimo has gone wide, chasing Jenkins and has looped it. So that is going to be that battle over.
What a shame. Kamal Kajcevic pushing for that pole, which is great. You want to see that anyway. Yeah.
So
And
let's see now if Dylan can get it done as they head down the Bentley straight. He had a good run on the exit, but you know, this is where that strat comes in handy, where you have less fuel.
He is gonna. Oh, he was thinking about that. Looked really close, especially from that camera angle. He's gonna slide on the exit of
little slide, yeah.
Nelson. Right? I'm not
sure.
Yeah, Nelson. We'll just call him Jim.
The corner before the bump hole.
Up at the front of the track, Funky Town leading the race by 5.7 seconds. Sakachi catching Rados. He's within 7/10 now with 8 minutes to go.
8 minutes already, man. This track has been quick. The hour passed by so fast. I'm not making any jokes about it. Dylan Beveridge still within reach, and now he's not going to be able to make his way past Rogerio. So.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Dylan's got to line him up here and do it the old-fashioned way. And let's see if he can get that done.
You can see Dylan really going and trying to make his car, you know, taking all the track he can get to try and get the better exits. But, like, some of those look like he might be just dipping a tire in the grass, going a little bit too far.
Dylan's best lap is a 47.2. Rogerio's a 47.6. So Dylan could have the edge if he can put in a couple of laps.
And it does look like he has the braking for that corner a little bit better. That's turn 5, I believe. Thank you very much for the follow, Darkly Tuxin. So back again. Go on.
Mate was 2 seconds quicker than Andrew Rados. Gap still within the second. Now we're starting to get into the nitty-gritty of trying to pass. Mate has caught him. Let's see how this Honda does in the dirty air of that giant Merc.
Dylan got a good exit there, coming through the bomb hole.
Who let me in here?
Yeah. Hey, Nicholas. Yes, it is Milo. I'm in the booth this season, not behind the wheel. Busy summer, you know.
A bad exit for Rogerio Santos and a better one for Dylan. Dylan is going to take the inside for turn 1, and they're going to come into contact.
I got to be honest.
Dylan is going to slide.
Pretty sure that was on Rogerio turning in on Dylan.
Right in on him.
And it's unfortunate because he saw Dylan there, moved to the left a little bit, which, you know, was the right thing to do, so they both make it through the corner. Yep. And then, unfortunately, turned straight back in. So, yeah, but somehow Rogerio is still ahead.
Yeah, still ahead. Dylan did have a full spin and into the grass, so unfortunately that's the end of that battle. And now Hutch has passed Dylan. So Hutch just making his way back through the field. It's gonna have the same number of points as if he just stayed back, unfortunately. But good on him for continuing the race. Yeah. Yeah, there is a 80% race distance that has to be completed to actually receive points in the standings.
Sakachi in the last 3 minutes has brought the gap to Rados down to 6/10 now. So I don't know. He's running out of time. He's gaining about a tenth every lap and a half. So it might not be enough at the moment.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because the Merc, I guess he might be able to get the Merc on the straight line. I don't know how the Honda is in a straight line right now, but you know, Rados, really good defender. He's not going to make it easy. Just to see how this plays out.
Hutch absolutely bullying his way past Rogerio. Rogerio having to defend Dylan straight away afterwards and managed to do it somehow. My goodness.
Yeah, I was keeping an eye on this. I was expecting Dylan to try and sneak his way through with Hutch, but unfortunately not enough speed to get it done. And
yeah,
it's
I think
be
Rogerio positioned the car really well.
And we're about to have a repeat. Dylan with a great exit. Oh, it has to check up, unfortunately. That was a beautiful run he had.
So this time Dylan will take the outside as they head down to turn 1. and Ruggiero checks up and allows
Basically using
Dylan
a
through.
flashback.
You know what? I think that's a really nice move on Ruggerio's part right there.
Yeah.
Because he did turn in on Dylan last time, and that I love to see stuff like that. I think that was really nice of him.
Concluding that battle, moving it back up into the second position battle. Mate just ever so slightly closer to Rados every single lap.
Yeah,
A 10th here, 2/10 there, and now he's within tow range.
I think it's just too much. Unless, of course, Rados slips up somewhere. That AMG, not the easiest car to navigate around here by what we've seen tonight.
Yeah, definitely. But no, Mate really making that. He's gaining. He's already gained 3/10 this lap, so either Rados is now starting to drive in his mirrors a lot, or just Mate's starting to put in that focus.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, isn't it? You can't help but glance in your mirror. I tend to wait till I'm out of a corner completely. You know, I just have a quick mirror check when I'm onto the straight part, and then I ignore it again completely until I'm through the next corner. You know what I mean? That's just kind of how I mentally.
That's how I roll.
That's how I roll.
I live in my mirrors, man. The circa Barcelona season, whatever it was.
I have this really bad habit of checking my mirrors mid-corner or checking my delta mid-corner on the car dash. And being in VR, that means I'm not looking at the track at all.
Exactly.
And I just overturn or, things like that.
This is why I've trained myself to not, because... And it took me a long time. I used to drive looking at the delta all the time. I've really worked hard on just ignoring that. And to be honest, my best instinct, even now at Le Mans yesterday on iRacing, in my second double stint, I just ignored the delta completely and just drove.
Good on you. I can't do that. Actually, even worse than that. Ooh, sorry. A yellow flag for Michael Lukey. That is contact between him and Michael Cortez.
Oh, no.
A back marker.
A back
Yeah.
marker. Cortez gets bullied at the end of the races, man.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, we'll have to take a peek at it and see, because we can always talk to him as well about how to try to avoid some of that.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, is it a mistake? Let's get the replay up. So that looks to be a mistake on Cortez's part.
Yeah, so he goes off, gets back on track, but unfortunately...
Not able to slow it down after that.
Oh boy.
So while we were talking about iRacing, in iRacing I do it even worse. Every single time there's an X that happens or a chat that happens, I'm mid-corner, I can't just help but glance at the text that comes up at the top.
Yep.
Yeah. No, Jaden, I was just saying that in my second double stint yesterday, I've worked really hard over the last year or two to not check the delta all the time, and my best racing is when I just drive, don't look at the delta, don't,
just look at
try
the track.
not to anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, as we are heading to the white flag, Mate is in striking distance. You know who I'm rooting for in this fight, but it's gonna come down to the last lap. It really is.
The broadcaster bias. He's rooting for the Cheeto car, in case any of you guys don't know.
Listen, it's a sad day in the 82 car garage. Greg has officially taken his rig apart for an undetermined amount of time for him moving. So this one's for Pepe.
Sakachi within 2/10 for a moment there. He's right behind Rados. Yeah. Whilst this battle's been going on, they have actually knocked a couple of seconds off of Funk. Yeah. Funk has been able to take it a little easy.
Yeah, Kajtovic on the inside now. Michael Lukey, they are going to go into Brundle, and Kajtovic just ahead. Lukey's going to get the better run into the next corner and is going to just keep that position.
Nice switchback there from Lukey on the inside there. That corner allows you to do that, because if you're passing on the inside of the first corner, you really have to check up to make it through the second.
And Carson
And with
now.
that, Mate gets the pass done on Andrew Rados.
Oh, can you get a
Whoa.
replay of that? We
Into a
didn't miss it.
hairpin. Yeah.
Mark Robeson also making a move on Luis Castro into turn 1.
Yep.
Lots going on in this last lap all of a
That's
sudden.
been coming for a couple of laps as well.
All right, I got the replay there.
Let's see.
So coming into the hairpin,
Hutch gets past Joseph German as well.
Rados goes a little wide, unfortunately, opens the door for Mate. Mate is able to slip straight through.
Well done. Seeing that opportunity and just taking it.
Yeah, very patient as well. They've been battling for a number of laps for the last
Rados
15 minutes or so.
Wish he had that back.
Yellow flag for Carlos Guzman. He's off in the wall, into the tire wall.
On the last lap of the race, and with just as David Funk now crosses the line, wins the race, Rados takes
Huh?
P2.
Whoa, we're going to need a replay of that. So Rados P2.
Mate lifted.
Really?
Oh,
What?
well, that's
Hold
a twist.
That is a twist. So Mike Jackson P4 in gold split.
Blaine Hall smashes the wall as he takes a P5.
So
Barrett with the win as he's about to cross the line to win another silver race for Barrett, a class win for Barrett, followed by Robertson, who rounds the last corner.
Yeah, followed by a visit at the hospital.
And then Jalen Jenkins is going to finish up the silver podium as he comes around the last corner behind Muff. And a podium spot for Jenkins. So congrats to him.
So yeah, I am not sure. Maybe we can find out from the boys. But here's the replay. Mate full throttle. It just lifts.
Carson Bungay wins the bronze split. A great race again from Carson. And P2 in bronze is still making their way around sector 3. It's going to be Jonathan White.
Ryan Wampler, the P3 in bronze is now out of fuel.
Oh no,
On the
he
back
was
straight.
running P3 Wampler.
He might still keep it because David Miller has already finished his lap, so he is technically ahead, even if he teleports back to the pits.
My
That is
goodness.
an end to. That is quite an end. to the
Yeah, I mean,
race.
as it stands, it should be Carson White.
He should have yelled for help. I'm sure one of the boys would have came around and pushed him around.
And that is
Yeah,
gonna be.
unbelievable.
What an end.
That
We
is an end.
Carson running out of gas. You have Mate lifting.
It was Wampler that ran out of gas, but yes.
Oh, Wampler, sorry.
It's not just me, boys. A
It's just
great
mostly
win.
you.
I got the track wrong, so I mean, I got nothing.
All right, guys. Well, that was another great one.
Honestly, that was a great one. I really liked it. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Great race. David Funk with the overall win. Let's go to the timetables here.
Congrats to Funky Town.
Funky Town wins the race. Andrew Rados P2, Matej Sakachi P3. I'm not sure why that position was given. He might have given him a little bump and decided to give the spot.
Yeah.
I wonder if maybe he felt sorry about the incident with him getting collected during the Mate Hutch incident.
Possibly. For
Only thing I
silver,
can think of.
yeah, silver class, Barrett, Robinson, and Jenkins for our podium. Great race from all three of them. Barrett with actually a fairly quiet one, just kind of keeping that distance.
Yep.
And Carson wins bronze with White behind and Wampler for P3. Running out of fuel at the end. Luis giving us a real good side of his car there, eating the wall.
With his new livery.
I mean, that's one way to show the livery off. Give it more angles by smashing it everywhere.
All right. I am going to go eat something, and then I'm going to continue my Jedi Survivor story, which you've now overtaken me on, Barry.
Yes, I'm going to go enjoy that. Thank you guys very much for joining us today. We will be
Brilliant.
off next week. So next week
Oh.
is a vacation for all of our drivers. And we'll be back in 2 weeks at Spa.
Spa de Francorchamps. That's what it's called.
We've survived
I don't
Bumhole.
know.
We can survive
Last
that.
time, I feel like the last time we were there is when we had the incident after La Source, before Rouge. Was that the last time?
You're talking about the one from 3 years ago. That's not it.
No, I don't think so.
It's not from 3 years ago. I
2
was
years
here.
ago. Okay.
That's the last time we-
Indeed. Stay fly.
There was a massive one after Lacombe once as well one year. I don't know if you remember that, Ferris.
But with our track record to this year, our drivers have been pretty good with that one. I am pretty happy with that, and
Yeah.
we'll
be
see you
looking at
back.
all the naughty boys on Tuesday.
See you here next week at Spa. Good night,
Yeah,
everyone.
yeah.
See you later.
See you later.
Later.
Every Sunday
Every Sunday
for 60 minutes. We
we
are
are
free.
free.
Sharing passion.
Pushing
the
we are
limits.
pushing the limits.
This is the New World Sim Racing GT3 Sprint Series.